Yo, welcome to another episode of the Jews Collection. It's your boy Carter.
It's your boy Donald.
Make sure you click that like and subscribe button so that way we constantly getting content out there. Share the info, share videos. So we just want to try to be able to give our takes on what things take place in this world today, and from different aspects about different things. And we hopefully, along these topics that we talk about, we give you kind of encouragement along the way, just some awareness and encouragement. And you don't necessarily have to take everything we say as truth, but we just want to drop, well, you know what I'm saying, from things that we perceive. You get what I'm saying? So, go ahead, bro.
So today we're going to be talking to y'all about something that I really take seriously, and that's domestic violence. Kind of the effects it has, like, and the signs therein, like what to watch out for and different things like that when you in those types of situations.
Yeah, man, that it shoot. And if I could start it off, man, when I think about domestic violence, just in a sense for like me growing up and just watching like close people to me deal with it, and even now like people from different in different aspects of whatnot, from stories I hear, different things like that, like it's crazy, but it happens. And so, like, for me, if I were to say what are some of the signs of domestic violence, like, one, I understand that everybody's not always a people's person, because I myself am not full on
just
out there hanging out with everybody. But like when a person isolates you from everybody else, you know what I'm saying? It'd be one thing if they get you out of a bad situation, and they put you in a sense in a better environment where you're surrounded by other people and it's beneficial and it's healthy and it's growth, and you know what I'm saying? That's one thing to get you out of a kind of a, let's say you take a plant or something that's not getting the nutrients that it needs to grow, like, move it, and you put it in a more productive and a more growing area that's beneficial for it. That's one thing. But if this individual is going to isolate you, cut you off from family, friends, cut you like out from your interests, like they try to shave off everything that makes you an individual and try to force you kind of into their own little world, and slowly start cutting you off from things. Yeah, and the crazy thing is, I call that's not necessarily a relationship, but a hostage situation. And there's many like tiny hostage situations that go on. Like some people in relationships, they want you to stay in a certain frame of doing stuff while they go out and do whatever they want.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that's one of the signs. If they want you to just stay, oh, no, you don't need to leave the house. You don't, boom, boom, boom. Nope, you don't need to do all this. But they want to go out. They want to be gone. They don't want to, like, I would take that as a sign of, like, you might want to be careful with that.
And another sign, I think, is, like, when they make it all about them, like, like they... Like it's never like some people like go out and then they do something the girlfriend want to do, and then flip flop it. But when it's all about them, like no, or when they feel like antsy, or like, I know how some people are in social settings, but when they feel like that towards like yo people. Like yo friends, they like, nah, let's not do that with your friends, and they always try to make up an excuse or something, and they feel like, nah, we gotta get out of here. Like, we just got here.
Like, and I think this is another thing. Like, I mean, I think money is definitely a helpful resource. It's good to have it. It takes care of certain type of securities and stuff like that. But when a person's full on just taking care of you, and you don't have
you never want to be in that predicament.
And this is nothing against. See, what I don't want this to be taken as we're taking. I don't care if you're a stay-at-home mom or a stay-at-home dad. Yeah. Don't let this be taken as like, yo, oh, they're saying that people should say. We're not saying that. You can be a stay-at-home mom or dad, husband or wife, and still have your own lane that you operate in. Like, you're not solely dependent upon that person. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if your thing is like you're doing a little hobby and it's your own little side hustle or this, that, and the third. Like, you're your own person, because what if something happens to that person, and or you're in a situation where it's like, okay, this is not healthy and I may want to take a step away. Yeah. But then you be like, well, what am I going to do? This person provides everything.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? And I get it. Some people, I think it's a danger. It's definitely a dangerous line. And this is where certain things we looked at, it's like you just being wise. You watching people, other people in the spiritual realm, they call it discernment, different things like that. You want to be mindful of the company you keep, because, man, people talk a good game. Like they all, man, it used to be this old saying. I don't even know too many people are familiar with this, but it's almost like 6 months. You should get the best version of that person. Yeah. For at least 6 months while you're dating or anything. Yeah. If you don't get the best version of that person for at least 6 months and start, you know what I'm saying, like, of that, because at some point, like, yeah, that person can grow, but you're gonna start seeing like, okay, I'm starting to see some things kind of wear off on you, you know. So, but if you don't get that, certain things just should be a red flag and say, yo, okay, maybe.
Yeah, because around the 6 month period, it wanes a little bit on the infatuation. So you get to start actually seeing what that person is really like.
And it's almost like, and I think this element is missing. Some Lee Boone would tell us, my dad, your brother, he would tell us that, like, yo, befriend the person before you date them. Yeah. Because if you befriend them, you get to know them at their highs and lows, in a sense. Yeah. Before you start getting to that next, before you
start doing other stuff and getting into different type of areas.
Yeah. Because, man, when you start getting in those other areas first, it's like you can't take those actions back. You can't take those moments back. Yeah. And then you don't want to say for yourself, man, well, was it a waste of my time, this and third? And then you start doing those things. And obviously domestic violence for some, I want to say some, because there are rare cases like people grow up in healthy households, this, that, and the third, great life, and then they just end up in a messed up situation. You know, they did everything they could. Parents raised them to the best of their ability, and or guardians or community people raised them to the best of their ability. I mean, but you do have some people, some lifestyles, what they grew up in, kind of
veer off in a different. Yeah. And it's the same with it's the opposite. It's the same, but it's opposite too, because people who grew up in those type of situations, seeing that type of stuff, like me myself, I seen that all my life growing up until like my teenage years when my brother had got me. Mm-hmm. But before that, I was seeing that all the time, like domestic violence just everywhere. Like, and I was like, man, and I basically had to make a model of love. I had to like define that myself. Like, I don't want to be like what I'm seeing, what my environment is like.
And man, with you speaking on that which is also definitely crucial and important, is that not necessarily saying everybody that comes from an environment that has witnessed domestic violence, that they themselves would be in a situation or would show those type of signs. And that's you fighting. You doing a whole lot of fighting, because you really got to almost strongly resent where you come from, or resent the lifestyle you grew up, or just have a strong determination like, yo, it's my family, I love them. This person, I love him, but I'm really gonna be pushing to have this over here. So it's like, in not saying it can't happen, and it does happen. And man, this is something just on you speaking at, like, just growing up witnessing it. Like, man, you almost wondering, the people that are involved in the domestic violence, do they pay attention to the effects it has on the children.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like, do they pay attention? Like, some do, some don't.
Yeah, like, and to me, that's where it gets real dangerous. Cause like, I know like some instances, like those people are real controlling and manipulative, and they can get in your mind to where you know what the best situation is. You you need to leave, but it's just something that has you in that. But when you got a child, man, that child is going to take in that negative energy. He gonna absorb that, and kids are very like smart, man.
Yeah.
They absorb so much knowledge, and that's not something you want your kids to absorb.
Yeah. And man, the thing is, man, it's many things. Honestly, speaking of that, like, it could be any reason why a person is staying committed to a relationship, even if stuff isn't going according to plan. But man, we definitely hope with this segment, like, it again sparks conversation, and that you begin the process. If you are aware of somebody or know somebody, just, you know, like, don't you yourself, if you're on the outside looking in, just being mindful of how you approach that person, because if somebody is involved in it, that don't necessarily mean they want you in their business.
Yeah.
And or this, that, and the third. So it just it's a thin line. You gotta be careful whether it's you involved in it, and or if you know somebody is involved in it. Definitely some things, if you are involved and you feel like your life is being threatened, hopefully there's a local shelter you can go to receive some resources, hopefully, and or you have certain things in as far as like being able to assist you along the way, like a backup phone or something like that has no connection. It's just a prepaid phone. You can dial 911, talk to your neighbors, being able to let them know, say, hey, if I do these things, let you know it's like it's not safe. Maybe here.
One or two friends.
Yeah, so something. But we thank you for taking time out to listen to this episode of the Jews Collection. This definitely is a heavy topic. Many topics we talk about, definitely heavy. But definitely for all those that are out there, whoever's listening, we definitely wishing the best. And hopefully at some point in time, this domestic violence things really take a turn for the best and really dial down, and people have some healthy homes. And we know there's plenty of things that play a part of why there's sometimes can be broken environments even in homes. Peace.